3 out of the 4 teams have booked their spot in the Scottish League Cup semi-final. They've got their ticket to Hampden. And speaking of free, it was Rangers that put 3 goals past Dundee to see off the Dens Club. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. There's a lot of support for Rangers here. At the moment, you can hear the drums in the background. They're going a little bit mental. Overreaction, in my opinion, for a 3-0 win over Dundee. But still, the bands are out. The bands are playing. The songs are
getting lined up.
The songs are being pumped out there. I mean, it's normally Rangers that get pumped out against Celtic. But whatever. 3-0 win for Rangers today against Dundee. I thought the game, it was a pretty boring game, not going to lie. I mean, second half, at times, it did look like, what the hell's happening here? Who the fuck's at my door?
Great. You know, but see with Rangers at the minute, right?
See if I go out there and tell them to keep the noise down, you think they'll batter me?
They might. Especially if you say you were cheering for Celtic against Slovan Bratislava.
Won the Slovakians all the way. Anyway, back into the game here.
Right. Rangers win 3-0. Dundee didn't take their chances. Cyril Dessers scored 2. He could have scored 10. Tavernier scored a penalty. Rangers are back at Ibrox. Hamza Igamani looks good. The starting 11 was just a bit questionable. He's playing Bajrami out of position to facilitate Tom Lawrence. How Rangers didn't get a penalty in the first half, I'll never know. Big Silla or Lila, whatever, what's his name?
Silla.
How that wasn't a penalty in the first half, man, I'll never know. It is. I mean, we always talk about Glasgow. Other teams when they come here, they never get penalties. Well, I'll tell you what, fucking disgrace it wasn't a penalty. I'll go as far as saying.
Yeah, I mean, he was all over Tavernier and Dessers multiple occasions. I don't understand it, and I think what will infuriate Tony Dockett even more is he got away with it in the first half, and then he still tried to do it in the second. And make no mistake about it, I think the game, it won. I mean, even at 2-0, you can argue the game's still alive if Dundee get the next goal, but I think when Rangers go 2-0 up at Ibrox, you do feel like it's almost in the bag. And Dundee did have chances, especially at 2-0. That was probably Dundee's best period of the game. I think when it went 2-0 Rangers, Dundee did come out, they did get forward, they did create opportunities, and they were playing something that, here, Dundee's a good passing team, there's no doubt about that. Now, are they weakened without Luke McCowan in there? Absolutely, but we could see that today, they still played some decent stuff. They're not like a Route 1 team that's just going to rely on big balls into the box or set pieces. Dundee is the team that can actually play, and they created a couple of chances at 2-0. They couldn't get the goal though, and when Dessers made it free with a nice little acrobatic volley, I must say, that really did finish the game for Dundee. That was it, game over.
It did, but Dessers, he'll miss 5, he'll score 2. It's just a Cyril Dessers way. I mean, as for the rest of the team, I think Sterling, I think his career's getting killed. He's been the utility man, whatever you want to call him, right? But James Tavernier is just going to hold on to that right back position until he literally dies. So Sterling, the midfield thing, it worked in a few games last year. I think Sterling's been a shadow of the player he has been this season. It's a shame, but I thought Yefty was brilliant. I thought Bajrami was very good, despite being played out of position. But Rangers have booked their place into Hampden. It was a must. It was a must win. There's no two ways about it. They had to book the semi-finals. They've booked the semi-finals. Aberdeen have booked the semi-finals. Motherwell have booked the semi-finals. Will Celtic book the semi-finals tomorrow? Who knows? Probably. But here on Fog Football, we'll be here to do a draw reaction and all that good stuff. But, I mean...
Why won't?
Rangers, we just don't really play good football. I mean, we won 3-0, but it leaves a lot to be desired, man. It's just... Here, I get it, a lot of new players, they need to gel and things like that, but at the end of the day, I thought we beat Dundee, we made a lot of defensive errors there and capitalised on. That's it. Everyone's buzzing outside for this victory. Things are getting warm up in the air, man. But it's 3-0.
I still think Dessers is underrated.
Better than Adair?
I believe he is.
You believe he is. And I think that's where we're going to end this video.
I'm not impressed with Tierney.
Yeah, he scored that goal against Motherwell really early on. And I was like, ooh, what a man. What a beautiful man, but he just appears to be a bit pissed, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it doesn't really do much. But look, Rangers deserved to win the day. Had Dundee got a goal when it was 2-0, it would have maybe made it a little bit awkward for them, but they didn't. And then, Dessers with a brace. It's good. Tavernier celebrating that penalty with a nice wee golf swing and all that stuff, but these aren't the games that are going to relieve the pressure on Rangers, right? Tavernier can act like he's the greatest thing on planet Earth, but try celebrating like that when you're 2-0 up against Celtic in the next Old Firm. I think that's when it really matters.
It can't all be doom and gloom, right? But Tav scoring to make it 2-0 in a game he's not been that good in, and he whips out the fucking Tiger Woods swing. It's a game against Dundee. I'm not saying he can't celebrate, right? I'm not, but it's almost like over-celebrating. Then when he gets subbed off in the 80th minute, like most people in Ibrox were clapping him off, but seeing you look at our comments, and you look at Twitter, and you look at the reaction, it's like, I don't know, man. You do not find a James Tavernier lover these days. I feel like when you listen to anything, any podcast, they all want him out.
Yeah, they all seem to want him out. But anyway, look, Rangers won the day. They're not out the cup. That's the main thing. They're into the semi-finals. They will be going to Hampden, and they will play either Aberdeen, Motherwell, Celtic, or Falkirk. And we'll find out who the last team to be eliminated will be tomorrow. We've seen, though, that the top teams, well, pretty much all the teams, they didn't really change much. Will we see something similar for Celtic tomorrow? Now, we do hear that Celtic are the only team really capable of changing. They're the only team really capable of having two squads. I wonder if we'll see a big change tomorrow in the starting 11, or will it maybe just be one or two, or will it be an identical, team for the Champions League game? We'll have to wait and see. But, Rangers, if I was a Rangers fan, I would have just liked to have seen a few more players be rotated today.
No, I agree. We didn't really see enough of that. No youngsters on the bench.
Dundee had chances, right? But they didn't really trouble Butland. And I just think this would have been a decent game for Liam Kelly to, get an appearance and get a match under his belt,
But when he didn't start the last 16 game, I thought, there's no chance to start this one. And I was right. But anyway, guys, Rangers 3, Dundee 0. Till next time. Peace.